There are over 5,000 plus varieties of edible fruits, so we're just barely scratching the surface.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all and well and good to have lots of flowers and beautiful trees, but if you have a tree where you can have flowers and still pick a lovely fruit from it, it feeds you. There was a time in Dominica where breadfruit was never local. Breadfruit was brought into Dominica and then it became local. Dashing was brought into Dominica. And now it's local. So why do we let only the people of the past define what is local?
Hi, Vaughan.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
Pleasure to have you.
It's what, my second time around?
Yeah.
And so far it's been, how can I say, growing,
Definitely.
evolving, and each time different, but great experience.
Right.
I had a great time today. For those of us who do not know you, I mean, I've known you for a little while.
Yeah.
But for those who are tapping in and don't know who you are, can you give us a light background as to who is Vaughan?
All right. Well, first and foremost, my name is Vaughan Green, the operator of SOMA Garden. You know, I was born in Dominica, but traveled and did my master's overseas. Decided to come back to Dominica after to start off this venture with the farm tours at SOMA Garden. With a background in sustainability, there was always something I thought that I could do more with this farm. And, you know, in retrospect, what I thought at first, I've already exceeded it. Because at first it was just, you know, a thought of doing sustainable farming, to have those crops, those better quality crops given out to the market. But then when I started it up, it became something much different. So here we are today.
And I think we're in a beautiful place today. From the little latitudes I have known before SOMA Garden became SOMA Garden, I knew distinctively that you guys predominantly harvested pineapples.
That's correct.
How strange transition, not strange, but unexpected. So how was that? I guess it naturally unfolded, but what made you want to actually bring more a different variety of fruits to the site?
Right. Well, that's a very interesting question. I've always been a fan of fruits.
Okay.
Yeah, so even when we started pineapples, we also at the time had a lot of citrus, which we love. We did fabulous tangerines, you know, oranges and organics, even at sea level where we are right now. But then we had the disease, the citrus greening disease come in, and you know it now affects a lot of citrus, especially at low altitudes. So we had to find a way to diversify out of that. And I have to give it up to my late dad, Peter Green, who introduced us also into a lot of tropical fruits. He was the first person to show me a mangosteen when I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. And, you know, tell us about how it grows and the health benefits. And then, you know, my mom was also interested in different types of fruits, although pineapples were the cash crop. We always felt like, you know, we want to have fruit trees everywhere. That was always something that we practiced in our family, and just having a fruit forest. Because it's all and well and good to have lots of flowers and beautiful trees. But if you have a tree where you can have flowers and still pick a lovely fruit from it, it feeds you.
Yeah, it does.
So that's how the diversification effort started. But then, you know, when different people, my extension officer, you know, certain people would come and they would see what we were doing. They would say that, you know, you guys are doing something different and very good with the diversification of tropical fruits, and we, being sustainable, never wanted to try and force the point to grow any peaches, pears, or apples, or any temperate crops. We wanted to explore the world of tropical fruit, because we believe that fruit is the final frontier. Everything has been done in flowers and ornamental plants pretty much, but they're finding new varieties of fruits every other month and week in the Amazon. And there are over 5,000 plus varieties of edible fruits, so we're just barely scratching the surface.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because whilst on the tour, which was a great tour by the way.
Thank you very much.
You kept mentioning, guys, this is probably, we maybe have the only, and in my mind I'm like, we on like a gold mine or something. You know, do I record it? Do I mention it here? You know, but I think that's kind of what captivated me, is that the variety.
Right.
I'm not a big fruit fan lover as you are, but I do love to have a different variety of fruits, just because I try to eat healthy, and fruit seems to give my body a lot more nourishment than other food groups.
Right.
So I've been gravitating a lot more to just
fruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I realized it's filled me up, and I think on my first tour you were the one who actually kind of brought that insight to me, because before we were half on the tour, like we were just sampling, but I was starting to get a little bit
filled.
Yeah, but it was filled on like nutrients and stuff from the plants.
Right.
So I really love what it is you and your family have and continuing to grow and establish here. Is there anything that you guys have planned in terms of like in the near future, giving back to the community? We saw that you do some tours with like the kids as well, which we love. Because you know, what did I say? Each one teach one. Is that what they
definitely,
say?
definitely.
So how is that something you intend to do more when it comes to the kids and doing these types of programs? You know, because we were on the tour and everybody's like, you should do this or this. This is a good idea. And I'm like, yo, there's so many ideas flying around. Like, it's like, what is one actually catching to, or what has he already caught? And it's like affirming for you, okay, it's a good move. So just share with us a little bit in terms of what we can look forward in what SOMA Garden has planted and what's coming to fruition, and what you guys would possibly be seeking in terms of needing assistance. Like, what can we as a community, what can we as people do to not just like come and support the tour, yes we will, but to give a little bit more to help, you know, sustain what's being, I guess, sustained.
Right. Definitely. That is a very important and loaded question. And I have the answers for everything. But it's a great one, a very, very, very great and well thought out question. And let's start off on the point of, you know, giving back. You know, we believe that giving back is a natural duty of every single human being. We once were kids. And if it wasn't for our teachers, for the people who took care of us, gave us something that we needed, lent us something, gave us a bit of knowledge, we wouldn't be what we are today. So, you know, we've started working in these schools in regards to deeply subsidizing tours for all schools and school children. And that is something that we have, you know, in our game plan. It's stuck that way. And we even have even further plans to do, you know, charity events where maybe 90 to 100% of the proceeds will go to charitable organizations or to people or organizations in need. I mean, we have the elderly in Dominica. We have people who can't make it to the farm in Dominica that probably would love to in the future. And there's stuff that we could always give back to. In regards to the human resource part of SOMA Garden, where we see it going, we are right next. We border St. Andrews and St. David Parish. So half of the property is on St. Andrew and another part is on St. David. So we're in the Kalinago territory also. We have some staff from the Kalinago territory, but we hope to, with our expansion, employ more people from the Kalinago territory, which are a sensitive demographic in Dominica. As you know, a lot of people in the Kalinaga territory, don't have as many opportunities, even based on their location and the distance from where the capital city is and so forth. So we always aim to work with our Kalinaga brothers and sisters, and in the future, have them be a part of SOMA Garden. Okay. Now let's go to the question on where we see our crops going in the future in terms of diversity. So you mentioned that we have a few rare ones, and we actually do. We have plans to turn this place into a botanical garden, a fruit garden and botanical garden. So I don't think, just over there in Guadeloupe, they have multiple botanical gardens. We don't need to just have one in Roseau. Yeah. We think that the potential in Dominica is much too great to not take advantage of it while being stewards of the earth and while taking care of sustainability. So that is one of our major plans, to expand the property, the diversification of tropical and exotic fruit crops on the property, also ornamental and exotic plants, and also to add amenities to the property that will benefit the expansion in a sustainable way, obviously. We are looking forward to a lot of we have a very large collection of Artocarpus, and some of them are just a year or two away from bearing. So that is...
What is
Carpus.
What is that?
Artocarpus is the family of trees that breadfruit comes from, that bread nut comes from, that jackfruit comes from. And along those lines, we tasted one or two today that you've never tasted before.
We did.
And we're going to have so many more coming into fruition in the next couple of years.
Okay, that's a nice variety.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a filling variety. Yeah. And these types of fruits, they say, can feed a nation. Yeah. Even with breadfruit, with one breadfruit tree, can feed a village when it's ready. Yeah. And you have bread nut, which is another filling food and nutritious.
It is.
You have jackfruit. When you pick one jackfruit, it can weigh 80 pounds. So that can provide fruit for so many people. These are the types of fruits that we're really looking into producing more of. Yeah. And not just that, but the agro-processing aspect of that. So that's another facet for the future of SOMA Garden, is to span into not just producing the raw material, but also processing and doing the agro-processing for the materials that we produce.
Okay. Sounds like there's a lot of great things ahead for SOMA Garden.
Yeah.
I would believe you're taking it, because I know sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
Because there are so many different ideas and concepts that you can start implementing. But with everything that it is you're doing, we wish you nothing but success.
Thank you.
Support, and definitely the patience and the courage to continue going and thriving.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, you asked earlier on, the areas that we would need help and support with. And, no matter what type of business or what type of enterprise, we always need support. We need support from, our local Ministry of Agriculture, which we are in talks with them, and they will be coming to the farm to check us out and hopefully see our vision and see how they can assist us. Even also the Ministry of Tourism, because this is a unique concept. This is not just a farm. This is a tourist destination.
It is.
And we want to solidify SOMA Garden on the map as a premier tourist destination. Because tourism is not just coming into hotels and eating imported fruits on the buffet line. We want a grassroots experience where we can define what is the new local in Dominica. Like I always tell some of my guests, there was a time in Dominica where breadfruit was never local. Breadfruit was brought into Dominica, and then it became local. Dash-in was brought into Dominica.
And now it's local.
And now it's local. So why do we let only the people of the past define what is local?
That's very true.
We as modern Dominicans can create a new local.
Yeah.
You understand?
That is very true.
And revise what is local and refine it and see the evolution of local. We can make jackfruit local. It doesn't stop. Why does it have to stop?
No.
Should our children stop? No. So there's so much potential for Dominica and not just SOMA Garden, for all of Dominica, but we could serve as a front runner in that type of experience.
Okay.
So, but we do need help. We need help.
Yeah.
We need as much help as we can get from the outside world. We open to, we actually put out a small call for, private investors who would want to invest in a concept with us.
Okay.
So that's always ongoing.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay.
And that could be something that could be very fruitful.
Okay.
Yeah.